beautiful people, what is up and welcome back to my channel. I am Jamila and I love all things beauty. I love all things makeup, I love all things skincare, and I especially love finding high-end and luxury beauty products at bargain prices. You guys already know here on my channel, I love sharing my tips and tricks for how to find really expensive makeup at the best prices. So if that sounds like something you're interested in and you haven't yet done so, please go ahead and click that subscribe button and join the family. Now today I have a very short, very quick, very sweet video for you guys because I wanted to talk about the Charlotte Tilbury 2021 collection. Well, I want to talk about all holiday makeup generally, but I decided to start with the Charlotte Tilbury because it's been like sticking in my mind. Now I have had these 3 Charlotte Tilbury holiday palettes in my collection for months at this point and never used it. Haven't touched it, hadn't swatched it until today. And I pulled out these palettes because when I saw the Charlotte Tilbury 2021, it immediately reminded me of the Starry Eyes to Hypnotize palette. And I think it reminded me of that palette because of this green roll here, as well as some of these warmer shades. And I started thinking about the fact that, you know, the palettes look almost identical. They look like repeat shades. Do I really need to purchase that in my collection? We all know Charlotte is a luxury brand. It's extremely expensive. These palettes run for $75. So I'm trying to be very selective about my purchases because we know with holiday releases, there's a lot to buy and my money only goes so far, okay? So I thought I would come and do a very quick get ready with me, chatty get ready with me to give you guys my thoughts on the new Charlotte Tilbury holiday palette and to test out the Starry Eyes palette so that you guys could see what this looks like and, you know, maybe decide for yourself if you already have this, whether or not you want to purchase the new one. So if you guys want to see how I created this beautiful green eye look using this palette and hear my thoughts on the new 2021 Charlotte Tilbury collection, just keep on watching. Hey beautiful people, so as you guys already saw from the intro, I wanted to do a little bit of a chatty get ready with me because I wanted to talk about the Charlotte Tilbury holiday collection, which we've seen that before somewhere, like, I don't know. And this isn't just unique to Charlotte Tilbury. I want to say that because I do want to do videos for some of the other brands like Pat McGrath, like Too Faced, because these holiday 2021 releases are all looking real familiar. Real familiar. So on my eyes, I decided that I would play with the Charlotte Tilbury Starry Eyes to Hypnotize palette. Now, fun fact, I have 3 of the Charlotte Tilbury holiday release palettes. I picked up all of these on Poshmark, so I did not pay the full $75 for it. I think I got each of these for around $35 to $45, so significantly cheaper. The packaging is beautiful, stunning across all of these. And the one that most reminded me of the 2021 palette was the Starry Eyes. So it has the beautiful outer blue packaging, and then these are the shades here. And like this green shade immediately popped out to me, this little black shade. And I felt like it looked like a mix of this one with a little bit of the original, what is it, Pillow Talk palette. Like, so this is Pillow Talk. No, this is the Starry Eyes to Hypnotize. And this is the Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize. And it definitely kind of looked like they just pulled from each of those palettes and said, here, take holiday. So, I mean, you guys can probably tell from my reaction that I will not be buying the new Charlotte Tilbury palette because I already have it. Like, I don't need it. I already have it. So, for today's eye look, I did want to create a green look. I already have my base on, which is not typical for me, but I'm going in a little backwards today. I did want to create a green eye look because the new palette reminded me so much of the green in this palette. So I'm going to go in first with this brown shade here as my transition shade. And because I wanted it to be a little bit of a chatty get ready with me, I'm not going to talk too much about how I'm creating the look because I really do want to talk about these holiday releases. Now, when it comes to holiday, I feel like we are all kind of used to, like, we all get really excited when it's holiday season because we know brands are going to be putting out palettes. We know that we're going to get new products. So we get really excited, which is why I think when I see brands like Charlotte Tilbury basically reproduce products, it's a little bit disappointing because you know, we've all been waiting for this. We've all been expecting this. The brands made a huge hype about their holiday palettes. And then we get products that we already have. And I understand it. You know, for some people, this would be their first Charlotte Tilbury palette. So it's nice to get a mix of what already exists. But for collectors, for makeup lovers, this is just redundant to what you already have in your collection. And when I think about Charlotte Tilbury specifically, you know, looking at her large palettes alone, you can see the duplication. But then when you go into her quads, you see it again. Like when I look at my Charlotte Tilbury collection, I really think that I have so much repetition, so much repeat shades, so much repeat products that it just, I don't even know, right? Like, and apologies for the sun coming in and out. Now, I know Morgan Turner did do a video using the old Charlotte Tilbury holiday palette. I think one or two of them. And she will do a video talking about the new Charlotte Tilbury palettes. So, like, if you really want to see both of them, I definitely recommend that you guys check out her channel. Her content is absolutely amazing. She's one of my favorite creators to watch just generally. And I think the reason why it bothers me so much when I think about Charlotte Tilbury specifically and brands like Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona and the repeat products that they reproduce is it bothers me because their products are not inexpensive. Like this little palette here, well, not little, but this palette here is $75. And quite frankly, when I think about all of the luxury brands that I have in my collection, I think Charlotte Tilbury is probably the most overpriced. Like, yes, you do get more shades than you would in a Pat McGrath palette when you look at her large palettes. But in terms of quantity, you don't get a significant amount of quantity, especially when it comes to her quads. And given that Charlotte is known for her very soft aesthetic, like she doesn't create any bold colors, any bold shimmers, metallic shades. It's very soft, subtle, almost satin-like eyeshadow that I feel like you always get from Charlotte. Given that, I struggle with having so much repeats for such an expensive brand. And I feel like we don't get the transparency from these brands when they are repeat shades. And I think that is a problem too. Like, let me know I'm getting a repeat. That way I can make an executive decision as to whether or not I will be buying. I feel like we have to constantly rely on other creators, whether it be on Instagram or YouTube or whatever, to let us know, hey, 5 of these shades are repeat shades, or to do swatch comparisons or whatnot, which isn't, you know, a bad thing necessarily. And essentially what a lot of them have created their platforms for is to do these comparisons to help people make better decisions when they're shopping. But I wish brands themselves were more transparent with what they were producing and letting us know, hey, this is going to be a repeat product. These shades are already existing in X palette or whatever. So we don't have to do the hunting for ourselves, you know? Anyways, now that I've talked about my feelings about this Charlotte holiday palette, I do want to say that it is a beautiful palette. Like, had I not had any of Charlotte's palettes or her quads, I do think that it is a beautiful one. And I think that it does merge 2 or 3 different palettes together. So if you don't have any Charlotte Tilbury, I think that this is a good introduction to the brand. If you already have Charlotte, I think this might be one that you want to skip. Like, if you have the 3 palettes that I showed you guys, you don't need this one. And if you do think that you need this one, having already had those other, the 3 palettes, please let me know why, because I'm very, very curious. So I'm going to go in with this, which one? So I'm going to go in with this deep green shade and then this one. Okay, that's disappointing. You guys can see, like, it's beautiful satin formula. You're not gonna get crazy shimmer. So if that's your aesthetic, you know, Charlotte is an amazing brand for that. But I do think Charlotte is severely overpriced for what it is, for the amount of quality product you get. I think it's just too much. is it. This is the eye look. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you in I'm just kidding. Let me finish up the rest of my face and I will be right back to give you all some of my closing thoughts and show you all the final look. Actually, I'm gonna finish up the waterline very quickly. And this is a really nice matte black shade. So I just flip the brush over and then I'm going back in with the green shade. Hey guys, I'm back. So this is the final look, and just really quickly for my lips, I went in with Noelle, and this is from the Glam Girl Chelsea and Christian Audette collab, which you guys already know is one of my holy grails. But this is the final look. I was actually very, very pleasantly surprised at how quickly I created this look using the Charlotte Tilbury Starry Eyes to Hypnotize palette. Using the Charlotte Tilbury Starry Eyes to Hypnotize palette. Now, this was my first time using this palette, and I will say that the formula is extremely beautiful. I was able to create this look very quickly, which I appreciated. I've never done my face this fast. I think it took like maybe 30 minutes or less to do this look, and I really like how it turned out. Now, like I said in that video, this palette is extremely similar to the new Charlotte Tilbury 2021 holiday collection. So just, you know, if you are thinking about purchasing the 2021 collection and you don't have any of these palettes, any of these, you know, I definitely can see why it is appealing. It's a beautiful formula. It would be something new in your collection. If you do have these palettes already, I do, you know, recommend that you take a second look. Really decide if you need these palettes, because I will say that from looking at the pictures, it's clearly very repetitive, and we already know our collections are too big to begin with, so you might want to be a little selective, because there's a ton of holiday releases, and we should all be very, very thoughtful with our purchases going forward for the rest of this year. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this look. If you did, please go ahead and make sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below, and let me know if you will or will not be purchasing the new Charlotte Tilbury holiday palette. And as always, I love you guys. I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye.